What is going on, everybody? Are you ready for non-farm payrolls in the US? I know I am. First, we've got the intro to get us hyped. What I know is going to be a good number. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Friday, not stock market open, but of course the market sleeps for no one. So we have a crypto special today for non-farm payrolls in the US. That's the job numbers. But firstly, guys, look. Whew, I haven't put out the weekend video, but I'm telling you, that's fire. Let me just zoom in. Let me just zoom in on that FANG. Wow, 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 wow. 45.71. We did it. We got through the 45.13 and we obliterated that number, and it was strong. I hope everyone had a great Thursday. We know these public holiday weekends are usually green. They start the Monday bad. And I'm telling you, put this in your calendar right now. If you have a Monday that starts bad, by Tuesday, Wednesday, most of the time, it's a pretty significant percentage, like 7 out of 10, it goes green by that long weekend. So it's all about things like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of the best ones. You've got Christmas is a bit on and off, but the rush is still there, the Santa rally. So guys, are we pumped for some crypto and for some jobs numbers? I know I am. Crypto is really interesting right now. Some great numbers coming through everywhere. Frank Garcia says, I love the constant updates to the memes in the intro. Well, Frank, you can be part of the constant updates. Remember, join the Discord, guys. Join it, wherever the hell I put it. I think I tagged it at the top. Join it, go to the meme section, add your memes, and I've also opened up a new one because I nitroed the server on Discord where you can put in your emoticons. So if you have like custom emoticons you think would be cool for the room, chuck them in there and I'll add them over the next couple of weeks. So remember, memes, put them in the memes room. And if I like them, every week we're going to update the intro with new memes that are relevant to the times. Firstly, just quickly go through this FANG before we get into the rest of the market. Closure above 45.71. 45.13, 45.71. It's amazing. It looks really strong. Now we go back to the 4,700 bracket. It looks like people are really waking up to Alphabet, as in Google, to Facebook, to Microsoft, all being very solid investments over the next couple of years. I've told you this a few times. I think Microsoft is going to cut Zoom's grass, as in Microsoft is really going to kick it out of the ballpark with Teams. And I've been pretty consistent on that in this channel. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you reckon Teams is better than Zoom? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Will I cover the NASDAQ before we do crypto? Okay, we can do it. But I tell you what, that's juicy 59,500 for Bitcoin. Whew. All right, let's quickly do this NAS. Let me set this up. We'll set up the NAS. We will actually load NDX. NDX is probably the code you're better off using. So this was the closure. The closure is definitely a confirmed new high, 13,333. That's enough to really signify a movement above. Now we start to say, okay, was this an inverse head and shoulders? Would we want to take, there's the left shoulder, there's the head, there's the right shoulder. Would we now want to say, okay, we're moving to the next level? The next level is pretty significant. I mean, you're talking about a 14,350, 14,400 zone that could be met. Very significant stuff. And it all comes through probably a trend line as well, maybe that even comes and hits it. I think the way that this will play out is we'll actually have a little bit more bullish impression where the market will move up. The market will hit 13.6. So 13.6 over here, resistance just underneath. Supports through here as well when you go down to a time frame smaller than the daily. And then when it pulls back here, guys, I think that they'll be met by pretty big buying pressure and the NASDAQ will continue on. There's also a lot of room to grow here for the hyper stocks. So things like TDOC, things like Cloudflare or CrowdStrike, it doesn't really matter what you're looking at. They're all still really, really low. Let me load one just quickly. Watch list here. We will load TDOC. Look how low it still is compared to where it was. Yes, that's completely overpriced. But anyway, load Square, still quite down on where it has been and probably can go a little bit higher. Load Cloudflare, still down quite a lot on where it has been. So pretty significant things can happen here. Flat Hat says 100% Teams is better than Zoom. Teams. 2K ETH. Oh, I understand. We're going to talk about ETH. I'm loving ETH right now. Teams. Anything is better than Zoom. I hate them all, says Rob Schwartz. I like it a lot. That's pretty funny. Okay, let's have a look through these cryptos. I want to go through DOT straight away. We've also got Big Man coming in with Australian $5 donation. Regarding swinging BTC, can you give your thoughts on how to set up stop losses like you did yesterday with the NAS? I certainly can, Big Man. Appreciate your donation. I'll just quickly go through DOT, then we'll get onto BTC and we'll go through stop losses, where to put your hide zones, where to swing it. Because yes, I think that probably scalping BTC is okay, but mostly swinging it is probably the more successful strategy over the longer term, other than hodling it. Let's have a look at this DOT. So DOT is really cool where it is. Basically 38.20, 38.30. You know we've been targeting this zone. You know that this area here, we've got the resistance, we've got all that type of stuff. And when it closes above here, it could move to the next direction. Let me just quickly get rid of this. There we go. So when it moves above this zone, you could really see a closure here on the daily, maybe over this weekend, and then it will push towards 42. And I think it could push towards 50. And let me explain that. It's about market capitalization. DOT is still relatively small for what it's trying to achieve and for what people believe in it for. So if you come over here and you think about market capitalization, $35 billion. Ethereum now, $220 billion. Now, if Ethereum reprices, like I think it could, to let's say it's above 2,000, by the way, if it reprices past 200 and let's say 40, $50 billion, don't you think that Polkadot and Cardano can come up to the 50 billion bracket? That's where I'm thinking they come up to. It's like a ratio thing. If Ethereum pushes now to 2.2, 2.3, which I believe it could do, and we'll explain it soon, then Polkadot, Cardano, both can push to 50 billion. And that market capitalization size makes sense to the ratios and it makes sense for the next price action moves. What do you guys think about DOT? It's all about daily close above 38.30. Conscious says ETH. Oh, we're looking at ETH in just a few moments. Teams will never be a verb. Nonetheless, Microsoft has the ecosystem, so we'll probably be using more Teams in a year and calling it Zoom. That is absolutely correct, Active for Passive. You bring up a great point. It's like Hoover vacuums. People say Hoover and you were buying whatever vacuum. It's like, I want the Hoover. And then you'd come out with a totally different vacuum. Now everyone says Dyson or they say Huawei or something like that. But yeah, you're right. Zoom, it's like Skype. You'll always call it that, but you'll actually be technically using maybe even something else. It's like people sometimes say iPhones and they're not even using an iPhone. It's bizarre stuff. DOT, well worth watching at this level. Continue to check it out. I expect any closure above it to meet 40. Remember, closure is the key. Come back down, retest from the top down at this zone, and then blast off. Hopefully it's a bit of a rocket ship for dot traders. It looks pretty damn good. Let's go over to BTC. So people mentioned before, we're putting the pressure on long leg doji. New high has actually been achieved here. There's our long leg doji. Long leg. You know what I think about this candle? Indecision. Indecision. Then when we close above, equals decision. And Bitcoin really wants 60,000 this weekend. It really wants it. 4 hour here. Incredible close. Actually what we've been looking for. Here are the zones. No 4 hour closure. In fact, this is the highest 4 hour closure now. And look how it's sitting on the support. It's sitting on the support right now. Closure above, hit 60,000, instant sell bracket, because of course there's a wall here. There's a wall here for this. Will we look at ADA? Don't worry, we'll look at ADA. We've got it all. It's a crypto special with jobs report in the middle. We're looking at them all. Remember, smash that like button, help us in the algorithm, because we're here doing something that I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't be doing on a Friday. Good Friday at that. So make sure you hit that like, guys. 60,000, yep, good, nice resistance. Pushes down, hits the previous resistances, body closes, which means that that's where the battle was won and lost, right at that area. It's bounced off this, and we'll have to go into the smaller ones and smaller timeframes to really check it out. But look, I got asked a question then that was about where do you put stop losses when you're swinging something? So I'll explain that right now. Basically, you want it behind the last lows in Bitcoin. And this is how I would do it. New high achieved here. Let's say you had some entry order somewhere through here. You would place your stop loss underneath the last low. When the new high is achieved here, you would then move your stop loss underneath the last low. Now, if you want to know how to actually break it down to percentages, I guess I'll keep that one. I will keep that one from you because it's technically in our course, and we do have a special Easter weekend special on the course somewhere in the description if you want to check it out. But that's the way you move it up. Now, sometimes Bitcoin can be nasty. So here's a great example of where it gets nasty. But I would argue with you that maybe you should have been out of this trade anyway before your stop loss gets hit. And we'll just zoom in to show you the nastiness. So first up, what would your target have been? It should have been just underneath 60,000, okay? If you're swinging it, that's what your target should have been every single time. When the market moves to a new high, yes, you're going to move your stop loss underneath here. And notice the first time, 57,000 was actually held. I argue that you hit your take profit during this candle, but that's up to you to make out whether you agree with that or not. Then now, where are you? Well, you've made a new high and you've got a low here. So your stop loss would be here. So basically you move behind each lower or each higher trough or each higher low as you're going along with the sequence. And it's all about trading within price action. Some people will say, Tom, I follow by putting $100 behind. The problem with putting $100 behind is it's just not enough, guys. If you put $100 behind, you get smashed out. If you put behind a 20 moving average, the problem with that is look at all the spikes that go through the 20. If you put behind the 50, your stop loss is massive. So you've got to use price action based methods. And the best method is by looking for higher lows. So higher lows, and you only change it when it makes a new higher high. So when the higher high is made, you can go underneath. There are percentages that you can break down there, but I'll give you that much of a tip, and then so on and so forth. So right now you would be underneath this level here. It would just make logical sense. You've had your testing, you're making a series of higher highs and higher lows, or equal highs, and higher lows coming through. Then we've got the closure point above. Now you're basically underneath here and you're waiting to see what happens. But if we dial this into a 1 hour, what do you guys think about Bitcoin? What's your target for the end of the weekend for Bitcoin? So let's say we're here Sunday night, doesn't matter where you are. We'll just call it Sunday night, Sunday close of market technically in the US. Where do you think Bitcoin will be at that point? Tell me right now in the chat. I'm very interested to know. Good buy wicks coming through here on the 1 hour. Let's check out the 15-minute chart. Lots of little sell resistance coming through the 59,700 zone. Lots of little sell resistance coming through here. But I'm not too concerned. Remember, as long as that level holds, which is the most important zone on the 4 hour, And let's check out the 8 hour as well. Let's see if the 8 hour closed above. Even the 8 hour closed above the previous closes. Not above this one, but it did close above the others. Let's see what everyone thinks about Bitcoin. 65,000 Lou says, smash the like, guys. Go Harambe, or what is it? Ape. Number one draft pick XL says 65K, 64K, 55K. David Zabel. Highlander 65, 61, 69 from Unlucky Gamer 69. It's probably why he's going with that one. 62, 59,600 from Q. Q, you're saying it's just going to sit here all weekend. I'm going to go back to saying data. No more data, man. No more data, Q. Okay, 59,500. I'm thinking for myself, yeah, I could definitely see 61.7 being tested this weekend. And I would actually expect it a little bit higher because things are starting to look very hot here for Bitcoin into the weekend. It usually has that kind of nice, strong movement. We've got several touches to the 20 moving average along the line as well. Look, 1, 2, 3. What did we say yesterday about the 20? We said if it came back down, the 20 looks good. And as long as this 20 continues to bull hold Bitcoin, there's no reason why it shouldn't explode. But it's all about the 20 bull holding Bitcoin. It's got to keep holding through that zone. I like where we're looking at it, and I like the closure above. And even the slightly higher test. Get into your platform as well and have a look at how many sell lines were at 60,000. Because remember, it got through 60,000 just before. So see this? It went through 60,000. So it's important. It actually took those sell lines out. So unless some nasty whale comes in and starts marketing off orders, it actually got through the sell wall. Only 61 more days until BTC conference, says Al Howard. I wonder how much the BTC conference has actually moved in the past. Anyone got facts on that? If you do, chuck them in the Discord. Remember, join the Discord, guys, and share stuff with the community. Only through sharing do you really improve as a trader. I firmly believe that. It makes you think about things because when you share them, you think, oh, yeah, what's been going on there? Is that important? And then it really makes a ton of sense. FOMO and no markets today, active for passive said. Yeah, FOMO and no markets. So BTC looks good. Let's talk about ETH though, because ETH is probably the more interesting coin with its test of 2000. So previously it got to 2042, an incredibly random level. Now it is extending up very, very aggressively. We go to the daily here. Look how far away it has been, but it's held through an amazing series of kind of events. You've got this crazed trend line that you can now have on your charts. It's not exact, but it's pretty crazed. I actually draw it through all the lows because I want to try to capture any previous low. So I was very bullish here. I was incredibly bullish here. You guys know how I was. Oh my goodness. What a blessing this was. A blessing. 1,400 ETH. If anyone was there that day that I thought Ethereum was $800, I actually think I went red in the face because I was trying to buy it so hard when the Kraken data crashed. That was insane. But look, everything's pointing towards a nice, steady series of huge amounts of trendline action. I think this is now in play and we'll have it on our charts consistently moving forward for any of the dips that do occur, and they will occur because that's crypto. But we closed above 1928. We've had two real tests at trying to get to this 2000. We're now sitting there. We're going to close what looks like a daily above any previous daily, which means bullish intention. Remember, it's above previous daily. Whew. Yes. If that happens, it's going to be so good. There's just no doubt. It's going to have a go at trying to get to an all-time high. And I love all-time highs because that's like witnessing history. Kmart 720 says, what's the best platform for crypto? I have Coinbase because I got the free Bitcoin when I joined Fidelity and it is stupid. Well, there are plenty of different platforms. Depends on the country you're in. I mean, there are heaps of different ones. Maybe the community can let you know which one's good. The Kraken data affair, that was funny, says Kevin. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I literally went absolutely nuts when that happened. I was thinking I wanted to quit the stream, I've got to be honest. I was like, oh my God, I got to run. I got to get in. It's only been 2 times since we've been streaming that I felt complete FOMO. And another one was when I think we were crashing megally on those hyper stocks. So S&P 500 futures have cracked 4,000. That's right. So the futures are 4,031. Ethereum looks very set to move through. Let's go through some quick theory on why this is happening. Okay. So can everyone see this screen? This is altcoin season versus Bitcoin season charts. And effectively what this shows is it shows kind of like a parity between the cycles within the crypto markets. Whether we have strong altcoin season or strong Bitcoin season can really be shown through this. Now, it's not going to give you exact periods that you want to be in these kind of markets, but usually when it starts, it's a very unsophisticated market. So what I mean by that is when you get above this line over here, it tends to go up into the next line. When this line is broken, it tends to continue in that trend for some time. And this is multiple months worth of growth. So this last year you saw June to August. I mean, if you look at Chainlink over that time, Chainlink had an amazing experience. Then all of a sudden it was all about Bitcoin. Then recently it's all been about altcoins over Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still doing well because it brings all the other coins up, but the altcoins have performed much better. So where are we now? We're in hyperactive period for altcoins. We go to all here. You'll notice it has 100'd before. So it's gone to the 100. It's completely maxed out. And it did that in 2017. What's the same thing? We're coming into a very important time. In fact, it's almost playing the exact same thing as it did in 17. 17 had two hyperactive moments. It had a very strong middle of the year, which is kind of where we're going into now. So look at this. This is May. This is the data in April. 96 reading. April, May, June, July. And then in July, everything went bad and Bitcoin suddenly went big. Now, that's where I think Bitcoin, if it's going to play the same game as it played last time, I actually think somewhere around July, you're going to have an experience like no other. Because it could be that the market goes to 100,000. Now, that's an insane prediction, I think. Well, I would have said that, but it makes some sense. Now, for people thinking it's going to 250,000 this cycle, I'm going to call you dreamers. but you could be correct. Hey, look, I could be wrong completely. I think it's got to do with market capitalization, and that's the big problem. But let's just say that around July, you start to see Bitcoin take hold. It could be an almighty run that maybe ends somewhere in that November period, stagnates, and then the altcoins have the final euphoric move before crash season. Do you guys think something like that will happen? What do you guys think? Sapphire, $5. Thoughts on STMX? Pretty pleased, Tom. Did well recently, but is it over? Also, smash the like button, everybody. Thank you so much, Sapphire. We'll check that out in just a few moments. BitBoy, 420K this cycle, Rob Schwartz. Really? This cycle. Obviously, if you're looking to stake coins, we are technically sponsored by BlockFi. So you click that link down below, open your free BlockFi account, get $200 or $250 or something of Bitcoin. If you want to check that out. Been longing ETH futures so hard, Matthew Tange says, for so long at absurd interest rates, and it is finally paying off. Woo. Yeah, if you're trading those futures, it's insanely crazy. Roman Blaine says S&P 500 futures crack 4,000. Absolutely. 100K, Tom has joined Kathy's School of Pump. I thought her rating was like 500,000, Kevin. No, when I say 100,000 is possible, I don't think it's going to stay there long. I'm just thinking that it's playing a very similar game. So this alt season coming through, and if this continues up to 100 on this rating chart where alts go nuts, so Ethereum, DOT, ADA, every one of them cracks through, I think we could go back up to this hyperactive mode. Then we have, let's say, a Bitcoin cycle come through. If this continues like it's doing it, yes. If we start to see Bitcoin really taking over somewhere in June, July, I don't see why not for that kind of capitalization. You're talking about a $1.8 trillion market at that point. 1.8, 1.9 trillion. It's insane numbers, but to get bigger than that, you're going to need super funds. And without getting super funds, I do not see the other numbers coming through. 360 is more realistic. I round up to 420. How high do you think the SPY will go, says Shakila. We'll have a look at the SPY very soon because it is an interesting point. So we're in altcoin season at this point. It looks like the final kind of little run before the hyperactive bust kind of comes through. Bitcoin becomes the monster, and then we move from that session. So it'll be good. Now, remember, to watch along, you should have your non-farm payroll employment change figures up for today. This will move all markets. It's usually a pretty big number. The big problem with this one is look at this expectation. So their forecast versus their previous. So their forecast is 652K jobs added, and we've got 6% unemployment rate. So if this jobs number is kind of evenish, then we could see some strong movement coming out of quite a few things, including the market. But the numbers that have been coming through have been relatively weak. The one good number, which ended up coming through here that was a little bit better, or not better, it was actually a little bit worse, but it wasn't that horrible, was this unemployment claims number that came through 11:30 p.m. for the US. So was that a great number? No, but it wasn't as bad as maybe the rest of the data made us think it could have been. So non-farm employment change, 652. That's the number that we're looking at today. $200 Bitcoins. Nah, not 200 Bitcoins. You can only wish. You say I'm a dreamer. DVO official. I'm not sure. Maybe you are. Dream a little dream for me, says Jason. All right, Sapphire, thank you very much for the donation. STMX. This is probably versus Tether, I assume you want to do it versus. I've done well recently on this, but is it over? Doesn't look like it's over at current price. 7.29% up. Let's go down to 4 hour here. Remember, 4 hour and 8 hour highly underutilized timeframes on these. Yes, that's not bad. Welcome to the 786 viewers coming in as well for the jobs report for Crypto Special Friday. I hope you're having a good Friday and you've got the day off, obviously, from work. That would be excellent for everyone out there. So I love this trend line that's coming through here on STX. This is just beautiful trend line. Hopefully it continues to hold. I also like the fact that it coiled here before breaking through, or it looks like it's trying to break through. You want a closure above this, preferably probably an 8 hour close, and that's going to happen in 4 hours, but a 4 hour should be enough. So a 4 hour close, if ideally it gets to a 0.0709-ish kind of zone, gets a closure here in 2 minutes. Let's see how this trades out. But if it gets back under here and then close under here, and we'll watch it in 2 minutes 40, then you have to wait for further confirmation. But things are looking much better. This trend line I would have on your chart. I like the resistances here becoming a level of support. I like the moving averages being touched here in the 4 hour and then finding levels. And I would love to see a closure point above here so you can move back into the high. What is this? 0.08. And with all the price action that's going on here, you would also think that it might go down a little bit and then maybe try to move towards maybe even the point 0.1. That would be amazing. The 0.1. It's got all the hallmarks of a correct rally. We'll come back in 1 minute 58. Thank you so much, Sapphire, for the donation. Appreciate that one. Bitcoin again, 59,585. We'll have a quick look. We've done DOT 38.20, 38.30. We're looking for a closure above through the session. Let's move on over to another one of the favorites of the room. Now, someone was very freaked out about this yesterday. They were incredibly freaked out about ADA. Let's load ADA on the charts. 1.20. Now I wonder if they're still in or they got out. Went up to 1.24. So I'm a little bit disappointed with the way ADA is trading, but we still have very important line. And that only line that matters is the 1.1646. It's the only line that really matters. Support, support, resistance, resistance, support, support. And every time it comes down to this area, if it does come down here again, it must be met with wick purchasing power on the higher time frames. You want to see rebounds like boom. We don't want to see no weakness in these rebounds. It just stopped at the 125 just before, which means that people do not have diamond hands on this coin right now for whatever reason. Maybe they're trading DOT more and they're putting the money there. Doesn't look terrible. 125, I guess, is the next closure you need. I would just like to see a closure above 123 on a 4-hour or better, and then we can move towards 133, the real resistance, and 147. So I'm glad that we were vindified in this room, because what happened here was it moved up and everyone came in the room and they were talking about ADA and they're like, Tom, guys, I'm going to take ADA to $2 to $3. The problem was that you just seen a 50% rise in 24 hours and it hit straight into resistance and sold off. So it's what we suspected, but it's starting to consolidate 1.16, and then I want to have it above this area, 1.23 right now. Now, it looks like we've got a massive donation coming in here from B Diggs. Thank you so much for the support, B Diggs. Let's give him a clap. We need to give B Diggs a clap. Chuck those claps in the chat for B Diggs. US $20. My favorite Aussie. Thank you so much, man. GM Tom. Good morning, Tom. Bought my first Tesla shares yesterday. So pumped. Lol, I know I missed that huge dip a few weeks ago, though. All right, B-Diggs, I wish you all the best on that one. We'll check out Tesla for you in a few moments and see how that all closed. B-Diggs says, because Tom's made me money. With educational advice, yes? Educational general concepts that you're actually teaching yourself, B-Diggs. So realistically, on this channel, you're empowering yourself. That's what's happening. But congratulations on your first Tesla shares. That's very, very cool. Plenty of people in the room, I'm sure, have Tesla shares. I'm actually almost converted to buying a Tesla for my next car now. I haven't even told Tyrone. I saw him in the room. But Ty, I think one day I will own a Tesla car. I never thought I would say that. I was actually like, nah, I wouldn't own it. But then I found out how many miles or how many kilometers in Australia I could get out of the Tesla car. And I was like, all right. This is making more sense, but I need more kilometers. In Australia, you need so much more, so much more. 2009 for Ethereum at this point. Remember, daily close will be the key here to see further triggering, but I think it looks quite nice. And you already had a daily close. I mean, for me, this was enough. 1967 daily close, never closed higher, strong signal, altcoin season coming through. Ethereum was already on fire. So we saw the further push through today. And I think that this could move on to something like maybe a 2-2, 2-3 zone. That's complete randomized guessing. Every 100 will matter for Ethereum, but I don't think this 2-4-3 area is that big a deal anymore. I don't think it's that big a deal. We are 28 minutes away from the non-farm payrolls. We've got 819 viewers here joining us, which would be cool. Tesla 0-day options was fun to trade. 0 days. Wow. Is LTC still looking boring? I took it off my charts. Sapphire, I took it off the charts. Let me have a look. LTC, the worst. Anyone here like LTC anymore? 206. So as a percentage return recently, it has been 20%, which is not bad. Is it still looking boring? I just don't trust it technically. It lost my trust. And when you lose trust, you can't come back from it. Look, a series of lower highs coming through here for LTC. It's really at resistance right now. You've got two highs that come through. I think it's a resistance. I don't really like this coin. I've mentioned it many times. I feel like it's one of the first coins that's, other than, of course, XRP, that's really moving down the ranks from popularity, and other coins are taking it out. I mean, Ethereum's already should be way higher than it is. It just shows you the power of DOT, this gas cost, and everything else that's going on. Yeah, LTC at resistance for me. Tesla, let's have a quick look here. You got 660. I'm not sure what B-Diggs bought it at, but hopefully didn't buy it up here at the 693. It didn't quite get to the 700, and then it sold off. So I think what happened was there was some pretty big gains from day traders through the week. We know this is a very heavily traded stock in options. We also know this is a very heavily traded stock by, realistically, the retail army, you guys. So if you're all trading it, people are going to be taking profit on Friday. And we noticed that all the big tech stocks, if we look at Apple, if we look at Microsoft, if we look at those types of ones, were all really, really, really strong. Yet the hyper stocks were down a little bit. So because of the close of the NAS, I expect some of these to pick up. 661 is not a bad close. It's still above 660. It's not an ideal closure point, but it's still above 660. 700 still remains next week the key. And then above that, 720. We've talked about these levels several times. BDIGS knows already, I'm sure. But yeah, these zones we'll be watching throughout the sessions next week. Remember, guys, subscribe, hit that like button, because it's going to be a massive week next week in the stock markets if the NASDAQ continues to follow through. When you do your TA, do you look for bull flags and bear flags, says Lou? I do, but most people don't really do flags correctly. And I think flags can get you in a lot of damage. So I actually have a few tips to flags that I've obviously Tyron and I have put in the course. But flags get you in more damage than they're worth when you're first beginning TA. You are better off horizontal support resistance. If you did nothing else and you just put horizontal support resistance, you're understanding what the market is doing. Okay? That's all that matters. You understand. This is the psychological resistance. This is the psychological support. If you miss other trades, that's fine. Because what you're really doing is you're focusing on the most important levels. Is it easy to come in here and see that there's some random resistance around on this 4 hour around the 710? Yes. Is that going to be a better level than your flags that you're usually drawing, wherever you're drawing them through? Yeah, it's going to actually act as a much higher statistical tool. Tyron Bella, Australian $5, says Easter special buy TA Masterclass this Easter at 50% discount and get stock Masterclass free. I did not endorse that. What are you doing, man? What the hell? Tyrone's gone crazy. All right, well that's not the deal that I thought we were doing. But if that's true, that's insane. So what Ty's saying is, I think we're giving away the stock masterclass on top of the normal one, which is pretty insane. Not endorsed by Tom, by the way. XRP 58 cents. Let's have a look at this one. Ooh, no closures above. Okay. I can get behind XRP here. 4 hour, no closures above. Look, that's what we're looking for. Don't worry about the wicks. We don't care about these wicks. The wicks are just random bear bullfights between the buyers and the sellers. The closure point is insane. KK says, is that an April Fool's tie? I hope so. I hope that's an April Fool's. That's ridiculous, bro. Yeah, so closure point is very, very important. Now, because there's so many wick rejections, because we know what we know about this coin, I would be looking most likely for a daily to get above. The daily to get above this level. It looks pretty good. Can it continue? Yeah, it looks pretty good to 65. All these alts really pushing right now. I think DOT's better from a technical standpoint than this one. But XRP is doing the right things. We've got a series of higher lows coming through. You've got a little bit of a back trend line coming through here. You can see that it works because we have support wicks, and then movement up into it. Movement up into it. Chronically Sam says, need more people to super chat in the stream to offset the losses on that deal. That's right. If that isn't, if that was true, yeah. TMC says, Tom, do you think PFE will drop on the news? Pfizer says vaccine protection could last at least 6 months. And with that, people will think they will need the vaccine more than once per year. I don't really know whether that will be a big thing about how long these vaccines will last and stuff. I'm not really trading off vaccine news at the moment because I think regardless, there is a solution to fix the current problem and they're only going to improve on it. So if you've got a solution that even temporarily, even 1 year, 6 months, 12, 2 years, whatever it is, it still fixes the immediate issue. Now, I'm not sure about that particular stock though. I'm not sure about that one. So XRP is on a trend line as well. Looks okay. Closure above this point will be important. Let's go back over here to STX. So STX closed just above, and it's instantly come down to test this level from the top down. Let's watch it live here. Go down to maybe the 1 hour. Yes. Okay. It's at the right zone. Is there going to be some bulls here? Is there going to be some bulls here? If you're like Siddharth and you're on the small time frames, you know, we want to see bullish pressure in this little zone here. We'll keep having this on the chart as we get in. We are 21 minutes away from, of course, the US jobs report. It's going to be a pretty interesting one. We'll be watching things that are moving. If you have some stuff that you want looked at, let's check it out now within the crypto markets, possibly even maybe 1 or 2 currencies. I'm not sure if all of these are trading. The dollar index, I believe, may be trading. Let's have a quick look here. Look how tight a band it is. I wonder if it comes alive after jobs reports. So here it is trading on the 1 minute. Let's go to 30. If you're interested in the QQQ report, everything like that, I'll do QQQ on the daily video as well that I'll be putting out tomorrow. So that will be tonight for people in the US. No worries. The weekly video will be coming out tomorrow with my thoughts about the whole market. US 500 trading at 4,032. We'll probably load in actually to a 4-screener here. We'll load into a 4-screener. Whoa. Reset the computer and lost all my darkness there. So we've got dollar index down the bottom right here. I think that's going to be worthwhile having on our charts. We'll load up Bitcoin on the left. Let's load up Bitcoin, see how it interacts with this jobs figure. There's our Bitcoin. We'll get that down into a 15-minute chart. See how it interacts with the jobs figure overall. Could you please go over BNB? Yeah, I think we can do that one. US market futures are trading. That's right, they are. So we'll have US market futures trading here. Here they are. Looks very strong at this stage. We'll move this to the right. There it is, guys. US 500, 4,032. Dollar index, flat as a tack. Very low volumes, but that also opens up big moves that can happen due to low liquidity coming into such a big news event. Can't remember 2015, actually. I don't know if I was watching it, but this is a very rare thing. The market is closed during non-farm payrolls. If you didn't know, this only... Ooh, sundial's there. This only happens once every 5 to 6 years. Very rare that this ever does happen. Let's do BNB. We've got this one loaded up. We know what we're doing here. Binance. Ooh, nice, all high. So very similar to the rest of it. More altcoins going wild in what looks to be hyperactive alt season. Could continue. Yeah, look, these are all breaking out. So we've got things like Ethereum breaking to a new high. It's just come under 2,000. They're all at these critical resistance zones that you're going to see tomorrow, pretty much by the end of the close of the day, whether they're ready to really run. So you'll know in less than 24 hours whether these are ready to run. It looks good. It's done the right types of things. It's had 2 pullbacks. It's had that kind of re-pull here. It's at resistance, but if it's going to do it, it's going to do it in the next 24 hours. If it fails here and goes into consolidation, you do not want it pulling back too much. Ideally, it would just sit and hover and then break through to the next one. Jobs might be bigger for the Russell, right? Yep, Dave, that's true. They could be quite big for the Russell. BDig says Tom's accent is soothing. Did he mention silver? Haven't really looked at silver, but 24.90 is a strong number for silver. Gold also 17.34 now. So BNB right at the resistance with, really just trying to figure out what it wants to do. Ethereum is very, very similar as we saw. I think Ethereum looks strong. If Ethereum looks strong and it starts breaking out, all the rest of the alts will come with it. BTC can just hover and actually do nothing, and the other alts can do it as long as Ethereum continues through. US market futures are trading. Yes, I know that one. Filecoin. 10-year bonds moving up. Well, everything is moving. Yeah, 10-year treasuries. They ended up at actually 1.672. Look at Filecoin on the Gemini exchange. Now, this was already gone nuts. So on 30th of March, it was 128. Now it's 194. How do you follow this type of trend? So it looks like a 4-hour 20 maybe. Went a little bit lower. I don't know if I like this one as much. So you had that extreme movement. You know this is euphoric with that movement. Then it's pulled back and now it's here. What I would do is there's a peak. There's a trough. There's a lower peak at this stage, though it hasn't broken through yet. If it does break to the new low, it's over. So as soon as it gets under here, it is over. That sequence is too strong. It will just peter out, if not go right back down. But if it holds here, and let's say it pulls back, and then it moves higher than this point, then you can get in the participation phase of the movement back up to the high. Because at that point, what it's doing is it's trough, it's a peak, it's a higher trough. You've got your lightning bolt, and that means that the sequence is complete. We can move to the next level. The sequence is complete. We can move to that next zone. Remember, guys, give us a quick like on the video. If we get to 500, you know what time it is. It's going to be a hype time, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I didn't do Airbnb, Kevin. No, I just did BNB, which is Binance Coin. BTC hitting 60K. That's usually when Mountain Fortress. Kim Jong-un dumps it. Lumber above 1,000 again. Wow. Lumber just keeps going through here. Mana Crypto. Let's have a look at Mana. I'll go the Kraken exchange. Mana Crypto. Been a while since we looked at this coin. It's straight on our support that we had here from last time. Yeah, on the support, horrid looking price action coming into it. Let's see if it can get any better. Oh, that's bad. Needs to buy now. Like, that is not what you really want. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Equal supports. Huge downward pressure coming through this coin. It must hold this zone and it must start to buy through. I could think it does this. This zone, what is this? It's a 1.05. So we might go up, close through 1.05, move a little bit down, test the trend line, and then hopefully move back up to 1.1, etc. But look at that. Put these kind of lines on your chart. Do your own analysis. You can very clearly see that this is holding the line for now, but it must break through. Welcome to the 961 viewers. Jobs reports out in around 13 minutes. The market is, of course, closed today. If you're joining us thinking, why is Thomas streaming? What's he doing? This is the crypto and jobs number special. Bradley back, US $5, says, I support Ty's decision. It's the best Easter ever. Well, I'm glad you feel that way, Bradley. If you support his decision, that's good, but it's not a vetted decision. Speaking of vet, Unlucky Gamer 69 wants me to have a look at vet. Let's check it out. Okay. One rejection through, but still a decent trend line. Closure above the last high. Remember, the horizontal is the more important technical here. Don't worry about my trend lines. Doesn't matter. The horizontal is the more important level. It's come down, supported it, and now trying to move up. Look, it looks okay. You've got the right sequences here. You've already had your lightning bolt. It looks okay. Looks okay. Obviously, make your own decisions, but things are looking better than they could be. That's for sure. Everyone have a happy Easter and have and be healthy, says B Diggs. Think green. That's right. Think green when it comes to these numbers. Here we go. We're going to be out very, very soon. Remember, refresh your Forex Factory or whatever else website you feel like getting these numbers from. I do find that Forex Factory nowadays is way slower than it used to be. What will usually happen is a few minutes before, and they're even slow here, you get a little refresh, and you can refresh it through. You can also set it to your time frame. So you'll notice for me, it's 11:19 at night. So in approximately 11 minutes from now, we will get these job numbers through. Let's have a look whether Kathy Wood bought anything. Looks like she bought one thing, TRMB. So not too much purchases there from her. She's been going all in, Teladoc and a few others. ADA, we did the numbers here, 1.16. BTC, still looking very good. Ethereum, looking to break the 2043 this weekend as long as it can hold just above 2000 for a daily close. Daily is the key there. Harry Chu says, good morning all. You happy, Harry? Did Tesla do everything you need or not enough yet? You probably wouldn't have been too happy with that pullback, but at least 660 held, yeah? I predict a disappointing number under 500K. The numbers so far, if you were to go with a prediction, you would be correct there. The number would more likely be disappointing today than good. The reason why, the actual numbers coming in to this event have been generally negative. If you took them, there might be 10 positive, 20 negative. There's a higher percentage of negative figures coming out of the US right now, and that's why this number matters. I hope it doesn't. I don't know how to interpret it in the market. No one does. Literally no one on Wall Street, nobody at all. Even if they knew the number, they still wouldn't know how to truly interpret it right now in the markets, because it could mean stimulus on, it could mean stimulus off, it could mean that Jerome Powell comes out and says, hey, we're going to do more. We're going to do this and that and this because they don't want it to fall down. That's the type of thing we're dealing with in these markets right now. It's very tough out there. So we've got gold here on the bottom left. It's obviously still trading. We're only 9 minutes away. We've got dollar index, which I think is probably the key metric to be looking at. And then we've got US 500. But we'll load up the NAS because maybe the NAS at the moment will be more sensitive to this move. I'm very interested to see on a non-market open day how much these trade. So 9 minutes, we're going to know. Harry says, Tesla Q1 deliveries coming today on Monday. Stock is waiting for this news. I believe they're going to be pretty good. As long as they produced enough, they should be pretty good. Just even here in Australia, I'm telling you, people are driving Teslas everywhere. They're like a plague on the roads. They're everywhere. Tom, what cryptos are you currently investing in? Well, I can tell you that I like the big ones. There are certain ones that are usually on my screen, so you probably can guess. And I also like some other ones, but not too many of these. I wonder if this one will ever come through again. Very interested to see whether that comes back into phase. Been a long time since Chainlink. We might look at that in a minute. And then, yeah, you know, certain ones. If that makes some sense. Other than that, not too many. I don't usually try to pick things outside of the general realms of possibility. So if it's in the top 10, I kind of figure out whether I believe in it or not. You know, something like Tron back a few years ago, I never had any faith in that coin whatsoever. I don't understand it. I'm not even sure if it's alive anymore. I've never looked at it again. But it was all the rage back in 17, as I'm sure many. Tyron Abala says, $2. Tom, I apologize in advance. That's true. That's true. That's pretty wild what you did there. $2 apology, KK says. Yeah, it's not enough. Where's the 200? We need a $200 super chat, Ty. Rob Schwartz says spamming algo. Okay, we'll look at things for you there, Rob Schwartz. No worries. 23 minutes. So we're 7 minutes away. Let's have a look at algo. Let's go to the top-down approach. Nice weekly last week. Follow through occurring. Off the low too. Oh, and off the dollar. Nice work, Rob. Good. Off the dollar, bullish. Follow through this week. even if you just got it here, still 10 cents is nothing to sneeze at as a percentage. Yes. Okay, that's nice as well. Oh, I like what you're doing with your TA. Resistance, becoming support. Very cool. 4 hour. Okay. Let's now clear the 1.4. No closure above 1.4. So you know any closure above that peak should trigger further buying. Then it goes to 1.5. And then hopefully you can go back to your 1.8 land, which happened in February. This has got all the right hallmarks in it. I wonder if this is also trend lining through. I'm going to have to go down to 15 minutes to figure this out. That is... Okay. No. Not quite. But not bad. No, I don't like it. Get rid of that trend line. But everything about this makes sense. So, Rob, well done. It does look better. It does look better. I like the support. I like the daily where it's sitting. I like the weekly hold. The story seems legitimate. The support at $1 seems legitimate. The next movement to $1.50 seems legitimate after 140. It all starts to play through. Matthew Valerie, US $4.99. Thank you so much, Matthew. Hey, Tom, can you check out ASO, my 16th of the 4th, also 16th of April. $30 calls are in the money. Short interest is at 45%. All shorts are underwater. Big gamma squeeze inbound. ASO. Academy Sports and Outdoors. We have looked at this one on the market before. Yes, it is going quite long. And you say that you've got quite a lot of things in the short squeeze here. Look, it's a nice breakout from support. I believe we've done this one for you before, Matthew. Can't remember if it was for you, but we certainly looked at it on the stream. Let's go to a weekly here. Yeah, this week looks very strong. $30 though. 7.6%. Oh. How did it act around 20? Oh, I just lost my mouse. How did it act around 20? Oh, 18 stopped. 20 didn't matter. It doesn't even stop at random numbers. Like it just, what is, I mean, it does stop at random numbers. 26.59, what the hell is that? Why is it stopping there? I don't know. It's tough because 30 you would think would happen. 30 you would think would happen. And then it would probably find some resistance selling just from a pure standard psychological point. We're only 3 minutes off this number, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. 30 seems probable. It also seems probable to me where it kind of stops. Is there a moving average you can use to follow along? Because there was so much consolidation after the breakout. Even if I took the breakout trend, so let's say I was being really, really, really excited about it and I said, okay, that's the range I think that's going to happen. It all points to 30. And I believe last time we did it, we were talking about 30. You've got to come up with your own strategy. Of course, it's educational only. Maybe you have scaling concepts, if you know what I mean. Scaling concepts. Think about it. Whoa, Derek with 1 million zeros. Derek 4 with 1 million zeros. Hong Kong 50. Wow, thanks so much, man. Hi, Tom. Got a general TA question. Using Tesla as an example, you mentioned it's good yesterday's close above 660, but it dipped to 658. How important are these after our moves? Not important at all. That below support. Look, it means people are selling into the weekend, but remember this jobs number is actually a scary event. So I'm surprised the market actually held so strong and moved through and is holding in the futures. Bad negative numbers coming throughout the last couple of weeks, going into a public holiday, sure, but they're taking a risk of the jobs numbers. So I think that's a huge component of why some people were selling off. You're also probably seeing a lot of people taking profit. So Derek, my answer would be, you've got people with options. It's a hugely optionable trade. It's traded by retailers. They're closing positions to get the hell out, before jobs numbers risk and just doing their normal day trader stuff. So I wouldn't look into it too much with Tesla under 660 after the close, just in general. Now, we don't know what this jobs number is going to be yet. 1 minute away, by the way. I'll load it up on my other screen. Let me just quickly pull this away. So we don't know what this number is going to be, but we're certainly going to watch it. Here we go, guys. 20 seconds till we get the jobs number, theoretically. Oh, yeah, I'm refreshing. I hope you're refreshing too, and I'll answer more of your question in a second, Derek. Here we go. Number is coming out. 7 seconds. The number will be out. Market instantly reacted with a slight positive there. Dollar index also went positive. Strange. I'm going to stop. Oh, whoa. 916K. Oh, my God. 916K. That's pretty strong. But we still don't even know how the market interprets that. Maybe they think, oh, we're going to lose stimulus. Oh, that's bad. 916K. It's a lie. It's a crazy number. So that's above the 652 and really taking out a huge amount of the bad data that was coming in there. I don't have the further data on it, Harry. I haven't pulled it yet. It's a good point. How many of them are government jobs? So unemployment rate now sits at 6% in the US, theoretically. But we do know that with these, there are more things to read into. So there's actually a very small movement here in the market. It's closed, but still, that number is big difference from what they were expected. I think Harry brings up a great point. How many of those jobs come from the government, like hiring, etc., because these jobs numbers are incredibly manipulated for needs. You can see the market technically likes it. I'll just read out some numbers here. We've got US 500, 4,037 up 0.33%. We've got US 100 up 0.32% at 13,392. As you can see here, this is a good thing for stocks theoretically. Even in very low numbers, even the dollar index is having a little bit of a movement up. Mountain Fortress says fake news. Yes, fake news, more unemployed. 1% hourly. So what's happening here on Bitcoin? Bitcoin starts moving. Everything's moving up. It's all moving up. Ethereum now above 2,000. ADA 1.21. DOT still above 38. XRP 58.29, up 3%. So things that look at the NAS. Hey, I'm cool with that. Why not? Let's go with the NAS going up here. Welcome to the 1,128 viewers. I didn't actually think we'd get this many today, guys, considering that I thought you'd be having a siesta. Johnny, are you out there? Johnny promised me he'd be drinking beers and taking video footage, but doesn't look like he's even there. So if Johnny's not there in the chat, this is Johnny Knoxville. Remember to punish him on Monday, guys, when he'll be here for the live stream, because he said he'd be here. Darth Mike says it's not the numbers of the jobs or unemployment, it's the quality of the jobs that help the market. These are all true facts. I'm all in, Kevin says. April and May will make my year. All right, well, let's have a quick look at being all in April and what that means historically for you in the markets. I know it's crypto, but why not just go through a little bit of this madness? So here is the number from 1928 to 2021. I spam this every single day in the chat. Why not? It's a big number, 1.5% on average. Of course, this is on average, so you know that at this moment in hyperactive markets, it can be a little bit more. The only month that beats April in generalized returns is July. And we did a quick poll of the community through the last kind of week, and we found that a lot of people were 50-50. So it was 50-50 green to red for the month. Now, I want to ask you, the community right now, What do you think will happen in April? You've seen the jobs number now. You've seen what happened last week. Up or down for the end of April and April in general. Guys, give me your thing. This is for the NASDAQ. Mark it up or mark it down during April. Let me know. Cold steel, US $10. G'day, Tom. Can you check out QS and iSun? We certainly can have a look through that. Number one draft pick says, we're here for you, mate. Well, I appreciate that. They took our gerbs, says Elegant. Obviously a South Park watcher. Historical, all looks good in April. Always July, usually a very nice month. And November for the last 10 years has been good. November, I can attest to, has been good. And September, October, August have been actually kind of shaky. Usually around those earnings periods. It's like earnings periods come out. After earnings, bleh, goes down. Then it's all good again. So with such low amounts of volume trading this market right now, we can see that the response is random. We'll quickly go back up here for Derek's post because Derek gave us a very generous donation, and then we'll do cold steels. Hong Kong 50. He was talking about that 658 on Tesla. Just remember, after hours, I'll just reiterate it again. After hours and pre-market even, it doesn't represent the real market. It's more the randomization of what's going to happen. It's more where it's like the wild west of trading markets. So I just see the Tesla dip as being retail traders. So what do we got in here? We've got retail traders closing. We've got options people closing. And we've got risk off a little bit for hyperstocks. And this happened across the board in hyperstocks because people are scared to take them into the jobs numbers. They're less scared to take in Google. They're less scared to take in Amazon because they know that those are more sure bets. So I think that's a huge part of it. And hopefully now we have a stronger Monday session. You've got to come join us for Monday. It's going to be an absolute stellar day. I can feel it right now. It's going to be a great pre-market session. So thank you again, Derek. Let's go down here to cold steel, US $10. Can we check out QS and iSun? We certainly can. BTC, 59.5. Bouncing again off our little support here. Resistances across here. All those closes. Here's the closes. Becoming support. Ethereum back above 2,000. Let's check out that daily close. And DOT at the critical daily point. Check this out. Daily, again, I say DOT. Daily resistance. We've been very accurate as a community on DOT. The picks that many people were looking at last week, we were looking at that 34, we were looking at that 32. The swing that happened through that, even the interaction with the 34 was quite nice. And this point here has been holding since the start of March. So if altcoin season's back in, a closure above there will be quite strong. Let's check out Cold Steel's QS, QuantumScape. Support was found. Perfect, Cold Steel. Happy for you. Support was found. Gap up. Sold off like every other one of these stocks did. What next? You're in the middle of nowhere land. 49. You'd have to think based on the gap up, based on the fact that it's in support and probably the stronger NAS number. We're still holding here at a 0.32% up. In fact, the US 500 has now moved to 4,042. Tune in tomorrow to the video to find out where I think it goes to next. I'll leave that one for tomorrow. But yeah, 49.34. I just feel like it must want to move back to 64. I mean, once you get through 64, then you know 70 is a problem. But this structural base, the great thing about this is if it continues its bullish momentum, and let's say you choose to hold this because you like QS, as it moves up, and if it ever does break this 70, you know it's going to be good. And 100, I think, will be the next target for it. So there is some great percentages here. There's some great structural levels that have been reached several times. It makes some sense. And it also makes sense that this wants to move back to here based on everything we're seeing in the market. So hopefully that does work out. Let's check out iSun. iSun 17.46. Much stronger Friday close here. Yeah, 15.25. Little bit of resistance was there. Little bit of support. I think because of the way this market has done it, bottom, slight stop loss bottom kind of hit, closed above this intervening. I feel pretty confident about it going back to 1746, where you'll be met, no doubt, by selling pressure. 1750, then you get through there, and then of course you can move back to the 20s. Things are looking much better on here. I like that, particularly the close above this wick and above that level. So it looks good, Cold Steel. Thank you as always for the donations here. Chronically Sam, New Zealand, $5. We need to get to 1,000 likes on this video ASAP to make Tom feel better about the great FXE Eastergate of 2021. That's right. Tyrone is completely got involved on the stream, and he's donated to me. He's giving away. I'll just let you guys know, and it's better than the one I have in the link. That's for sure. If you're interested, where's Tyrone's link? Tyrone, spam the link. You might as well. He's giving away the stock trading masterclass with the TA1 for Easter, probably for this stream only, I would assume. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. Darth Sidious says, if you've had a rough first quarter, use the long Easter weekend to reflect on your trades in order to recurrent your account. I think, yeah, look, if you have had a tough March, you had to have a tough Feb. These are the first couple of months anyone's, not the crypto guys, because the crypto guys are still all good. But realistically, yes, it was pretty tough for hypergrowth, and you need to understand this is what can happen in the markets. So always try to have risk-adjusted returns in there. Think about what you're doing. Try not to get involved with too much meme kind of hypergrowth, crazy things that don't make much sense over the longer term, unless you're prepared to lose all of that money, or at least 80% of it, because you know that's what can happen. Charles Evans, welcome to the Stonk Squad. Thank you so much, Charles. Appreciate you appreciate you joining the community here. And we hope you enjoy the emojis and everything else. Harry Chu says, QS has no product to sell vaporware. We're talking about the TA here, Harry, and that TA looked okay. Sapphire says he's going to tell you to sell Doji. Probably. What is Doji doing? Has it recovered? Is Doji teaching? Oh, see, guys? I told you, bad coin. It's bad. No to Doji. Nothing good happens in Doji, except if you're here randomly holding it, and then you get in the next 1 hour, and you call your mate, sell my Doji, man. He's like, oh, I'll be home in like 5 minutes. It's too late. It's too late. The Doji is back down at that point. You have to be razor sharp. You need the Doji on the phone, and you got a Doji all day or Doji all night for this one. And that's why I don't like it. Even if you're holding it and it spikes, good luck getting out if you don't have someone spamming you or someone sending you messages or someone like throwing a rock at your house until you sell the Doji. Tesla, 185K deliveries and 180K production. Let's see what Harry thinks of that. Harry, do you like those numbers? 155K deliveries, says supply chain interruption led to slowed production. Okay, let me bring the numbers up here. Thank you again, Chronically Sam. Thank you to all the donors today. Let me bring some numbers up here on Tesla. Markets overall flattish after the jobs numbers so far. BTC 59.5. Ethereum daily hold above 2,000 is key for further bullish momentum through the weekend. And I think Ethereum will push all the other coins. Pulling up my data here. TMC, US $5. Tom, a beer on me. Thank you so much. Hopefully it eases the pain of Ty's discount. True. Everyone else, I started the course weeks ago and it's well developed and informative. Well, I do appreciate that, TMC. Glad you're enjoying the course. I'm sure Tyrone will help you out. Don't worry, man. But I do appreciate the donation as well. And I think we've got like big things coming. I actually redid the Discord community on the weekend as well. I've added more to it. I hope to add even more to the public side. Yes, I know it's a little bit weak in the public side right now, but don't worry, guys. As we automate more of the things in the back and we reduce some of our other workloads, we will be pushing heaps and heaps more content out for you guys. Thank you, TMC. I will certainly have a beer. Megan Taylor joining. Welcome to the Diamond Hands community. Thank you so much, Megan. Appreciate your support. Theta token coming in from Mighty Noob. We'll do Theta. Remember, Megan, as well, make sure to follow the instructions, link your Discord and YouTube together, and it should activate everything automatically, which is awesome. Theta token. This one's been hot for a little bit, and it's been on a mega run. Hit 15 like we kind of suspected as well, just underneath. I feel it's over, but I could be wrong. I feel it's over. And that's a feeling more than any TA. Look, it's finding support. That's good. I don't know if I like it. That's a huge run on this token here. A huge run. It hit 15. It sold off aggressively. How much was the percentage is this? Oh, no. I don't like that. So 30% off with a very heavy rebound up to 14, and then it came back down. I could see this for some time stuffing you around. Might be wrong, but for some time it could be just like hovering and boring. So if you're trading it, if you're investing in it, hey, it might just hold here and stagnate for some time while the other coins catch up and move forward, etc. But I am scared of that particular drop. That reminds me of blow off. Even the return and the way it worked reminds me even more of blow off. And usually blow off, it gets a new low or it starts to hover around. What do you guys think about Theta token? Is it all over? Is the fun and the party over, or is it going to a higher level? Tell me now in the chat. Kevin says QQQ 335 by the end of next week. It's definitely possible. Jonathan Wall says, hi, Tom. I really enjoy your channel. Can you take a look at ARK? Yeah, I'll have a look at ARK. B-Dig says, a day in the life of Tom would be an awesome, great idea. It's pretty much drink coffee, make a video, trade the Australian market, drink more coffee, talk a little bit in Discord, make phone calls, make more phone calls, make more phone calls, have like 2.5 hours off, come live. That's pretty much literally it. April says that intro pic is so refreshing. Good morning from Oregon, USA. By the way, if anyone out there has incredible graphical skills, contact me in the Discord. If you are the graphical master and you're looking at possibly doing a few things to help out the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you look at my thumbnails and you say, man, Tom's okay, but his thumbnails, they suck, or something else, please let me know. I know I'm not the best. Matic, I think we looked at that one, Bob Hawk. I like the name. Yeah, so Theta, what do you guys think? What's everyone saying about this? Tom, come on, drink a beer. I'll drink a beer on one of the streams, but not tonight. I don't have one close to me. I was thinking about it, but then Johnny let me down. Roblox with Lily, Canadian, $2. Thank you so much, Roblox for Lily. Appreciate your donation there. Paul says, I do amazing work in MS Paint. That's my level of skill, Paul, so I'm already in MS Paint. Okay, BTC, we'll leave you with these thoughts. BTC, 59,460. Yes. It's finding a level of support. Yes, it's above all other closes, which is awesome. Things are looking good. I am super interested in tomorrow's close on Ethereum. Super interested. I'll probably chuck it in the video because I want it above 2,000. I want DOT above 38.30. I want all these things to occur if they can. No one even mentioned Theta. You guys all like it? I don't know. April is a new quarter. Let her rip, says Kevin. What did Harry say about those numbers? Did Harry like the numbers coming out of Tesla? Tesla produces their own chips with Samsung and Texas factory. Yeah. Well, they've also got a whole bunch of things if they can actually get them off. But yeah, I like where BTC is right now. All right, let's just quickly go through a couple of other things that I've had requests here for. Load them up. A few people asking me what I thought of the trade on Airbnb so far. Look, everything looks okay. We've talked about this quite a few times. We've talked about the resistance becoming support. Then we've got resistance becoming support again. So I think it's more of the same, swinging on smaller time frames. And we move towards the 200 and then eventually, hopefully, get up to the 213. 213. All of these types of companies will require news. And you've got to be a little bit careful of Airbnb because it's valued at 100 billion. But it doesn't really make any money. So it's going to be highly reliant probably on news more than anything else. And hopefully hype and anticipation can push it up to resistance before news. Chainlink, yep, I said I would do that one. Sapphire asked for this. We'll do Chainlink. Feeling like it's a bit of a sleeper with the community at the moment. We use the Coinbase data here. So Chainlink has sat, and it's actually been pretty disappointing for a little while. So it moved in August, then it had a stronger move in January, which is cool, went to $35. But remember, it was $20 already in August, so it had that amazing move all the way back down to $7, then all the way back up again. But if you have a think about where it is right now, it's coming up to a very heavy resistance being around the 32. So if Chainlink gets through the 32 this weekend, what's the next level? Probably 35. But I think with all of this crazy level of support, all of this resistance that it's formed, it's fair to place this in channel category. And therefore, you can take the channel distance, you can extrapolate that out, and you get a 40, basically a 40. And I think it's perfectly fair to do this. Notice I drew it through the body closes and the body closes. You've got your touches here, your 1, you've got your 1, you've got your 2, and you'll have your 2 anyway. Once it breaks through, if it does do so, this distance can be taken and extrapolated out. And I believe that is a fairly strong setup there for Chainlink. Darth Sidious says Tesla will go lower. It's consolidating for the next move down. Well, it's all about 660. Let's see if we can hold it through the Monday session. Neo had record numbers. Tesla will too, says Daniel Hollander. Link is one of the coins that gains in bear cycles. Good long play, says Isaac Story. Interesting. I've never really looked at the bear cycle parity with Link. It's a cool concept. I'll write it down, do some research on it. Why not? See, we learn. We're always learning something, guys. Bear cycle with Link. Okay, I'll do some research myself on that one. Can we please go over VET? Sure, we'll do that one. VET US dollar. I think we did it before anyway. Yeah, it's broken through my downtrend, like my lower highs. It's got the sequence, the glorious sequence of peak, trough, higher peak, and it's actually been moving during this stream. So it's continued up. It's already found the test, which is the correct move for it to move towards 95 and then eventually the dollar. Look at the bids. Obviously, you want to see bid walls both way, the buys and the sells. Very important to be looking at. Let's do it, guys. I think we need to do a hype train. Let's do a hype train right now. We'll load it up. Remember, chuck the memes in over the weekend to get on the stream. So we can chuck them in as I edit it on Mondays, generally for you guys to get the new ones. Let's do it. Whew, I'm ready. Obviously, I hope everyone has a great weekend in the crypto markets. We're going to have a super green week next week, maybe. Jobs numbers weren't too bad. I have to look into them more. Let's do it. All right. This is you guys on Ethereum. Are you on the party? I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us here for non-farm payrolls during No Market Open. We'll be going live Monday for the real market open. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Go back and have a quick look at that Bitcoin kind of consolidation theory with the closure points. I think it's a really good learning experience for today. It's damn good. Remember, Tyrone's gone mad. He's calling me. What's he calling me about? I don't know why he's calling me. Let me see why he's calling me. 1 second. Let me see. Live on chat. I'll find out why he's doing this. Oh, he's not picking up. He's scared. That's okay. All right. So whatever he's done in the chat, if you guys are looking to take advantage of a pretty goddamn good deal, I can tell you it's easily the best deal we've ever offered. You can do so by clicking his link that he made, unauthorized links. Other than that, you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, subscribe, like, do all the good stuff. We'll be making a video tomorrow talking about everything in the markets. I'll be giving you my thought theory. Oh, wait, he's calling back. What are you doing over here? Oh, he's hung up on me. He's hung up on me. Okay, all right, now we're gone. $2 donation coming in here from Roblox with Lily to end it off. Got question marks coming through. $2 Canadian. Thank you so much, Roblox with Lily. Oh, there's a question. Wonder what your thoughts on Omi. I know it's an NFT plays are a gamble. They are, but VV seems to have a lot in the lines of actual licensing with them. Big names like NFL, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, rumored Pokemon. Oh, are you sure, Pokemon? Are you sure, Pokemon? They are very, very, very careful. So is Omi this one? It's not this one because that's medical. Is it a crypto? Sorry, crypto. Crypto. Let's Omisigo. Omi. What's the code for it? Like, is it Omi on a crypto? Is it a stock? Which stock is it, guys? I don't trade this thing. Tell me now. I need to know. I can't do it if I don't know which one it is. I would not bet on Pokemon. That's just what I'll say straight away. They are incredibly protective with the Pokemon license. Roblox. They are incredibly protective of it. Jurassic Park. I kind of want a Jurassic Park NFT, like a T-Rex one. Yes. I remember that when I was a kid. I'll take that one. Omi.x. Is it? That's not coming up. I don't have it. I don't have it on this program. Is there a code in TradingView? Come on. Well, I need the TradingView ticker if I'm going to load it. Coin market cap for Omi chart. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so yes. Down. Is this the one? I mean, I can't really chart it based on where it's gone. So March 12th went up to this market cap size. Pretty small. So only 1.5 billion is still a lot, but yeah. 209 market rank. you're probably betting on Pokemon having to come through on it. Look, it's not as hyperactive as others. But yeah, I mean, if this is it, if it's a Komai chart, I can't really see it right now. Maybe I'll do it on Monday. I don't know about the Pokemon license. I don't feel like they'd get it. And I don't think the Jurassic Park is strong enough or any of those types of things. NFL, obviously that's massive. Sports stuff in general is massive. But yeah, you need something that's like consistently always bringing out stuff. Jurassic Park, it's got a fixed amount. What I would be looking for in NFTs is consistency. Like I said with collectibles, it's about remaining relevant throughout time. That's what's going to drive NFTs. If you get an NFT that's either the first thing ever, like those CryptoPunks, if NFTs really take off, or something that is a consistent play. Why does NFL make sense or basketball make sense? Because you've always got new players coming in. You've always got the ability. It's like collectible cards. That's how I see it. So one hit wonders, no, but multiple, like continuous stream of new content and new things that come out make a lot of sense. Sapphire says, I doubt Pokemon, but if so, that's wild. There is no way Pokemon would be this early into it. They are incredibly protective of their license. I've never seen them get on board with anything Nintendo-wise, and Nintendo own a huge portion of them. They're not going to chuck Mario near it or Pokemon near it. They could do it themselves and make bazillions of dollars. I don't think they'd do it. All right, guys, we will go. We'll see you Monday. Thanks so much. Remember to subscribe, and hopefully you have a great weekend. Happy Easter, everybody. Enjoy the eggs. Don't eat too many of them. I'm only going to have 2 because this whole streaming thing, I need to get fitter. This streaming thing's killing me. All right, see you, everybody. Bye. Oh, $4.99 donation from Andrew. Any thoughts on Filecoin swinging back up? I'm still up 30%, but it just took a big dip. All right, man. We'll have a quick look. You're not letting me out of here. Filecoin dollar on the Gemini. We'll go with the Gemini exchange. Yeah, so I did Filecoin before. My thought is it went crazy up. The problem I've got is you've got a peak here, you've got a trough here, you've got heavy support around this line, no doubt. But this looks to me like a lower peak. So from the negative side, what you're really looking for here is it goes through this 20. Now this 20 becomes everything for you. If you can't hold 180, and let's say, I don't know if it's going to go there, but if it does, if it closes underneath 180, it's not good. It's doomed back down to this 140 because it's a big drop. Top to bottom, you've got over 20%. This could be like a standard blow off kind of thing. Peak to trough to lower peak sequence into lower trough is incredibly strong with further bearish momentum coming through. What you're looking for right now is any closure above 205, and then you could actually sequence in a much higher level. Think about the way that you scale in and out of positions. If you want to take some off the table, leave some on, hey, you got to have plans for those situations. So good luck on it. But anyway, happy Easter, everybody. Thank you so much for the donations. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back at you with more content tomorrow with a video and Monday with live.